Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Business Over Brew podcast. My name is Ellie. I will be your host for the day. Now, let's get into it. Today, I'm sitting down with Megan Fairless, owner of Megyme Productions. Megan, welcome to the studio. How you doing today? It's a Friday, everybody.
Yes, I'm excited. I get to do nothing all weekend.
Oh,
So
man.
yes,
Sounds like a great time. I mean, and the weather, it's warming up a little bit. We're not in the single digits. It's still chilly. Still had to defrost my car this morning, let it heat up. But we're getting there.
yes, slowly.
Slowly but surely, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
So anyways, I love to start the show with a segment called Business in a Nutshell.
Okay.
Just quick fire questions, and then we can really get into it. So what would you say was your aha moment that inspired Megyme Productions?
Ooh, I think maybe whenever a camcorder got in my hand, thanks to shout out Haley Nicholson. We still
Shout out.
live real close to each other. She kind of introduced me to YouTube.
Oh,
when I was
yeah.
like, YouTube started everything for
Oh,
me.
definitely.
So, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I was like, this is fun. You can get paid to do this. What?
Oh,
And then-
absolutely. So what
Yes.
kind of videos were you making?
Oh, stupid
Just
ones.
little ones. You set up the camera,
Stupid.
sitting on your bed or something.
Everything. We faked ghost sightings. But
Oh
then
my gosh.
we would we would scare ourselves. Like, we knew it was fake, and then we'd go and like convince her mom, like, we have to go sleep at Megan's house now because your house is haunted.
Oh my god.
And then we were genuinely scared, had to leave, but it was all fake.
That's crazy. How old do you remember being when you first got that camcorder?
Ooh, I think maybe beginning of middle school.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I love that.
yes.
And YouTube really was the forefront of all of that type of inspiration. And so if Megyme were to be a movie, TV show, a song, what would you think it would be?
Maybe like a game show. Like
Game show.
Yes. It's constantly like, what can we do best?
Yeah.
Little fun, exciting things around the
That's
corners.
a good answer.
Yeah.
That's a good answer. And then my last question for Business in a Nutshell. What's one word or one phrase you would want people to associate with Megyme Productions?
100% community over competition. It's the
Man.
best thing that's ever happened
Community over competition.
Yes.
That's similar in my mind when you say that to, quality over quantity
Yes.
vibes.
Yes. And that's the same. Yes.
Absolutely. Okay, so now we can get more into it. Thanks
Yes.
for participating in Business in a Nutshell. I love asking business owners this question because their answers are just all over the place across the board. But where does the name Megyme Productions come from?
Yes. So originally YouTube again.
Right.
So that's what I named the YouTube channel. But that
Is it
name,
still up? Could
yeah,
we go
it's
look at
still
it?
up. There's a lot. I mean, if you want to go look, just don't tell me you went and looked.
Right.
Don't leave any comments.
Right,
Just kind of
right.
watch, consume. They're there for a reason. I use YouTube almost like a archive. So everything I do ends up there. So you'll get
I love that.
every bit of it.
Mhm.
But no, originally, whenever I couldn't say my own name, I called myself Megyme. So,
oh my gosh.
and we just kind of like morphed it into Megyme. So, because it sounds a little better than Megyme.
Wow.
So,
Megyme. That's crazy though. Like, again, that's why I love asking this question because people's answers are seriously some that I would never have even thought of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know that you mentioned, the minute you got that camcorder in your hand, you were like, this is really it for me. But really, where did that inspiration come from to want to start a business like this?
So I didn't realize really until this year. I kind of knew, but really this year it hit home that I've been raised in a family where video is very, very important. The type where we would have like the B-roll camera and then also a tripod camera just for Christmas. Like Thanksgiving.
Just for Christmas.
All the family vacations.
So cool though.
Yeah. So it was very much always a part of my life. I didn't really think about that. And then there was a period where it just wasn't. And then it came back. And then I was like, oh man, this is it.
Wow.
I just love it. And
you
then
love it.
Yeah, now I find out like the grandparents that raised me, they were very much so like I'll take probably the next year to probably transfer all of his footage because there's so much.
Wow.
But then I also my other grandpa that I never met, he again a huge filmer. And I got to meet him through his footage.
Surrounded by so many creative people.
Oh yeah. And then my dad's an artist too, so that makes things easier.
That's just cherry on top.
Yes.
My goodness. But that is so awesome that there's so many memories now that you and your family have forever and ever and ever.
Yeah. I'm so lucky. Yeah.
Yeah, that's serious because I mean, my family, we are far from that. We are all right. Come on, guys. Let's try to get a family picture. Just one. Everyone round up. So that's awesome. That's awesome. I can't imagine let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that. Not that I can't imagine, but what were you ever doing before this? Or was this always in the
Oh.
cards for you? Have you, bopped around to a variety of different opportunities and jobs? What were you doing before all of this?
So my dad owned a business because he was an artist. So I started off working for him, and that's really where I met my mentor in videography. So there wasn't
Awesome.
ever an opportunity for me to get a real job.
Heard that.
But before that, I always thought I was going to be a paleontologist. But
Wow.
but science and math is just not your girl's thing.
I
So
get it. I get it. I'm marketing, so I hear you loud and clear.
so yeah, but I had a couple other jobs.
Mhm.
Since my dad's an artist, he also worked for some other like kind of companies, and I ended up working for like a VFX company.
Okay.
We built puppets for haunted attractions. That was
How
fun.
interesting.
And then like a couple years ago or a year ago, I worked and I had to prove to everyone that I could get a real job, and so I got a marketing director
yeah.
or director of marketing, and I was like, that was fun. Okay, I need to do my own thing.
Right. I totally get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it. So I kind of just want to learn a lot more about Megyme Productions. Really, what you guys do. I mean, of course, I went through the website, checked all that out. I do want you to touch on the whole music video tab that I clicked on. I was like, well, what's going on here? This is so cool. But tell me everything.
Okay. Oh man, where do I start?
From the beginning.
Oh. Jeez. So weddings are my staple. That's why I got trained in. Michael Gebbin, he's the one that made me who I am today.
Shout out.
Thank God, I just saw him yesterday. I love him. I'll manifest him just because I said his name. I'll see him today again.
Yeah, you probably will.
But he trained me in wedding videography, and that's what I just absolutely love. And then just from being a business owner too, I've like my whole friend group I realized is just business owners.
That's crazy.
So then like I was kind of forced into all these different aspects. Like, they're like, you got a camera, you can do it. And I was like, you're right, I can do it. Right. So then everything and anything that has to do with video I've probably done.
Wow.
Like except for funerals. That's the only thing. Like I'll just be crying in the background, but I have done like church services and stuff like that, crazy things. But
what did that look like while you were training in the wedding photography world? Like what does that type of training look like? Is it a lot of just, being with the mentor, watching what they're doing, learning from them, getting some hands-on experience? Like really, what is that training process looking like?
So it's funny from Michael's perspective. He was like, I pick her up and she doesn't talk all day. But really I was sitting there just like absorbing as much as possible.
Processing everything, taking it
and
in.
Plus, if you know Michael, he talks. So you don't need to talk much. But no, I just sat and I watched. And then for a couple years, I like just filmed. I remember my first wedding. He was like, was the red light blinking? I was like, what red light? I didn't record the speeches. Sorry for whoever's wedding that was in like 2012.
Man.
But yeah, just a bunch of that. And then one day we used to do this thing called same day edits. So like they get to see their video that night. And one day I showed up and he was like, you're doing it today. I said, oh my God, here I go.
God, here we go.
So yeah, it just developed from there. And then yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's also more or less not about like the technical side, but then very much so how to be like a people person too.
Absolutely.
Because if you show up there with the bad energy, you're gonna get bad footage.
Right.
So
no, definitely. And I mean, I kind of almost can't imagine the type of pressure, but also the need to be present when you are at these types of events and everything. Because for example, weddings are it's the bride and groom's day. It's the day that all people always look forward to. So you have to be present as well as, making sure we're getting the right angles, audio's on, lighting's good. Like that feels like I might be a little nervous or a little anxious at times.
We'll put sparkles. Anxiety. I have it. So my second shooter, Jordan Bruce, he'll make fun of me some days because like if we have the space and we have the cameras, I'll set up probably like 10 cameras just because I know like 2 of them, the batteries are going to die.
Sure.
Someone's going to stand up during the hymnal and block this angle. I mean, I only use 2 cameras in the edit, but I'm like, I still have to have it.
Right. Backup always.
Yes.
It's always nice to have a backup. And so now tell me like a little bit about the team.
Yeah.
So who is all coming with you to these weddings? What's the team look like?
Yes. So the team originally was my parents.
Shout out.
Shout out the parents. And then it developed from like anyone that was in my circle, best friends. I was like, you busy Saturday?
Man.
I need someone to push a button. Like that's all you got to do. So, but now it's Jordan Bruce, which he was back in the YouTube days. We used to like sit and watch, or we used to type like scripts out and film movies and stuff. But he's my number one. He's the hardest worker. He's been around the longest. And then I also have Danny Tilson. And then I also have John. and Sully and
Man.
Kaylee, tons of other people that frequently get hired on to do stuff, and like I'm everything, or they're everything for me.
Absolutely.
I'm nothing without them.
Totally takes a village.
Yes, and that's what I've definitely realized as a business owner. I'm like, the less I have to do, the more is better.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so you say your main focus is typically weddings.
Yes.
What other type of videography or film do you guys do?
Really anything that's exciting.
Okay,
We'll
cool.
be like, oh, we're too busy. No, so like today I just came from filming at Anderson's barber shop. So I'm good friends with Noah, and he's like, you want to come film? I'm like, it's the winter. I have no weddings.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'll come film and hang out with my friends. So so business films.
Okay.
Did a music video yesterday for Troy Green of Gumbo to Go.
Man.
And yeah, we went and filmed some stuff. So
you live in such a creative world.
Yes.
Such a creative world. How do you stay passionate and stay creative when it does kind of feel like this is all creativeness going on up here?
It is rough.
I
feel like, yeah, whenever you have to make your bills from being creative, I feel like is a little weird. There's some of my friends that like Justin Kuhn, we talk about this a lot. He doesn't like to get paid for photography just for that reason, because he has full creative control. There's no burden to it or anything like that. But yeah, I do hit burnout a lot. And then I have to purposely do other art. Like, so I'll watercolor.
Sure.
I'll do other stuff other than film or video.
Right.
Just
a separate type of being creative and creating something.
Yes.
That makes sense. So do you feel like that would be some really good advice to give to others in the creative space? You know, yes, your craft is being creative, in your case, videography, editing, all of that stuff. But, you know, like when you are feeling that burnout, go to another creative outlet, whether that's singing, painting, drawing, you know, any type of creativity, you would say.
Yeah. And then like also respect the break. If you need it, don't force it. But then also if that break lasts too long, you have to force start.
Man.
Or else it won't start.
And how do you think you would get back rolling?
Yeah.
After you've taken that break?
Yeah. And just some miraculous, like, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, because I think sometimes people don't understand that working in the creative space can be physically and mentally draining. I would say maybe more mentally draining in this case. Just because you're always on. Yes. You're always looking for inspiration around you. You're always trying to create something. I know our to-do lists are so long.
Forever.
So then tell me, like, there's no way you have a typical day to day. Like, there's no way that each day is the same.
No, it's
tell me about
it. Foreign to me. Like that sometimes, like my best friends, I'm like, so you have like a 9 to 5, and they're like, yeah, and I'm like, what is that like? Like, because even whenever I did have like real jobs too, they were still not 9 to 5. So I'm like, I've never really experienced that. But no, yeah, I love. Well, I'm a control freak. If you got a hold of my Google Calendar, you'd probably have an anxiety attack.
No, I think I love it. I think I would love it. I love time blocking. That is my go-to. Yeah.
Yeah, but every day is something new. Like yesterday was an easy day, so it was just like one quick shoot. Today is like a hard day, so like I'll be filming most of the day today, and then tomorrow will be like a fun little shoot. You know, nothing I get paid off of, but I'll get to hang out with a bunch of creatives. Right. So it's always something different. And then I get the days where I don't do nothing. You know, Minecraft all day.
I love Minecraft. So, like, let's say, do you ever have days where it's almost like back to back to back to back?
Yes, normally in busy season. Like, so from, let me think.
What is technically like the busy season for weddings? Like, when does that start ramping up?
Yeah, there's like, I would want to say it's like warm season and cold season, but really it's like almost split into 3 or 4 different seasons.
Okay.
So like whenever the flowers start to bloom, that's whenever I'll get real busy. But then as soon as it gets real hot, there's like a break in July into August.
Sure.
There was one August we worked, and I said, we'll never do another August wedding. It was like sweat dripping off of us all day long.
Yep.
But we do our August weddings.
Don't worry, guys. They're still available for August weddings.
Yeah, no. But and then it picks up like, oh my God, October. Like if you're getting married in October, book me 2 years out. Yeah. Wow. Yes.
Wow.
That's how bad it is. Yeah.
So, how many do you think you do within a wedding season?
Okay, so last year we did 24. So this year we're aiming for 50. So, but
you got it.
I'm stressing a little bit because all my vendor friends are like, "How's booking going for you?" And I'm like, "How's it going for you?"
Right. Everyone's trying to see where everybody else is at.
Yeah.
But when you do have those days where it is like back-to-back bookings or something, how do you keep yourself present, alive, creative in the it's coffee.
Coffee.
Coffee, period.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so then maybe when it is busy or you do have downtimes, like what are the types of challenges that you do have to overcome? Or it might be day of and something goes wrong, or the bride wants it this shoot instead of that angle or something. How do you overcome any challenges, or is there a challenge that really stands out and bold to you that you're like, man, that was a tough time, but we did get through it and it was a success?
I would think that the challenge is always expectations. I
Okay.
feel like, and especially for myself. So I always have a problem of like setting too high of expectations, especially
Okay.
for a wedding day. You're like, I want to get this shot, I want to get this shot, and then you don't get it, and then it's kind of upsetting. So really being able to pivot and just like constantly adapt in each moment. So that's what I'm really focusing on. That's the challenge. And then like every single wedding day, you can't get the same shots.
Right.
So if we miss something, I'm like, it's just not meant to be in this edit,
Right. Right. Do people ever can you do maybe like a film of the entire day of a wedding?
That's normally what we do. Yes.
Because I love that stuff.
Yeah. So normally we start during preps. So like that magic moment, because being a girl,
right,
half of getting ready is like not pretty.
Right.
You got half teased hair, contour not blended.
Right.
So normally we wait until like right at that magic moment, start filming, and then we're with you until pretty much until you're too drunk to be filmed.
Sure, that's fair.
We're like, we don't need to remember this.
Right. Exactly. So how does the process look in the very beginning? Like, do you and your team have a one-on-one with the couple, or is it just you sitting down? What does that look like?
So normally it's me. I try and take all that responsibility off of my team, so then they can just show up and shoot.
Right.
I have like good enough about sections of them. Like, if you want to meet them, watch this video.
Totally.
But yeah, I'll sit and talk to them. I'm like, tell me everything.
Yes.
Or tell me nothing, because half the time they don't know anything until like a month before.
Right.
But yeah, I'll sit and talk with them whenever they book and get as much information as possible. Then when we get closer, I'll help them adjust their schedules, because it's their first time. They're not doing it. Especially if they don't have a wedding planner. God bless wedding planners.
Man, seriously.
Yes. So, and then day before we check in, and then day of, show up, try and stay in the corner, not be too much in their face.
Right.
Because I would even
fly on the wall.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then we're vibing all day, normally making best friends with the other vendors.
Oh yeah.
Just capturing way too much. We'll probably end up with like 6 hours of footage.
Oh my gosh.
And then edit it into like a 8-minute video.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That is wild. How did you get your first customer, if I can ask?
Yes, it was my cousin. Hi, Odd and Brian. They've been supportive since the beginning. And then thank God to Michael too, because he fed me some leads too.
Okay.
And then really, as soon as you book one wedding, it's just like a Christmas tree or a pyramid scheme almost. You just have like all their bridesmaids got to book you. Anyone
so
that was
true.
in the wedding. Yeah. So
because my follow-up was almost going to be, or my transition was going to talk about marketing and sales, and that's why I asked, how did you get your first customer? So you're telling me it's kind of like a ripple effect is what it seems like. How does marketing and social media platforms play into that as well?
So just doing the video itself is marketing,
right?
Just because they're going to share it. Everyone that was there is going to share it.
Oh yeah.
I don't have to pay for anything. It's all organic. So
Absolutely.
And it works beautifully. Really, the only thing I have to do on marketing side is like, say like slow season right now, I don't have much to post.
Okay.
So I'll go back through like the past year and like edit like little reels out of stuff.
Sure.
It's about as hard as it gets.
So did you say that you have never paid for?
I did in like 2012. That's the last time I paid for any advertisement. Let me make sure.
Yeah. Let me roll the tape.
I really try not, like, other than like paying to be a part of like the Riverbend Growth Association stuff like that.
Totally.
That's it.
Is this a common theme within this world of videography and photography?
No.
You are you got
all my friends are like, why are you not using this opportunity?
Right, because you're telling me this, and I'm like, wait a minute, because obviously Big Z Media, we have a variety of marketing services, but then to hear that you haven't to what you think since 2012 is wild to hear.
Yeah. No, Facebook upset me real bad back then, because I really saw the pay to play, and then it was not giving me because the algorithm changes so much, especially back then. Now So it's like, why am I gonna invest into something that I can't get automatic?
Mhm.
At least
Mhm.
back then. Now it's different. And I definitely still keep up with all the marketing.
Sure.
I'm like, if it's working, I'm gonna push it
Right.
hard. I'll be a weirdo. No.
What's that phrase? If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yes, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is so crazy to hear. Do you feel what platforms are you currently on?
So I'm on
Whether it's
everything.
just your personal or Megyme.
Yeah, everything.
Mhm.
I one of my mentors was like, you need to be on everything for a
Yep.
landing page. But the ones I give the most energy are Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Yeah.
Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Facebook is number one.
Yes.
I mean, I tell everybody, whether they are familiar with all these different social channels or not, Facebook really is number one, has the most users out of pretty much every other
Yep.
platform. And it's easier to reach different demographics. I feel, sometimes Instagram, people might assume it's more the younger crowd, that's
Yeah.
their place. Then you could say the same thing about Facebook, vice versa with that demographic. So, but I do think that Facebook really is that number one go-to.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I used to not think that it was because I was such a lover of Instagram.
I know.
And then I started going through like my insights on my website. Dang it, it's Facebook.
Right. Right. I want to backtrack a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm still dying to know more about these music videos.
Yes.
Where does that come from? Are these just friends of yours or people in the
Yes.
community that reach out? How does that all happen?
So let me think. So originally, I was not a part of the music scene at all. Like up until I graduated from high school and met my husband. One of our friends, Jeremy Williams, was like, you need to come to this local show to see Old Fox Road. And we're like, what is this?
Right.
Okay. And we went, and then we met Alex Reed, and he introduced us to everyone was there. And then that was the beginning of us being a part of a music scene. So then we would go regularly to these local shows out in Shipman or these random places, and became friends with these people. And then again, you have a camera. You can do this for me, right? I was like, I can't say no.
Right. Right.
So we've done there was an era of music videos for just friends, and then there was an era where I had a music mentor, and he was like, you should be doing these same day edits like you do for weddings, but for shows. So we would go to these bigger bands and do these kind of things.
That's
for
so cool.
like Vanna, I think, was one of the bigger ones. Citizen, a couple other bigger guys.
Wow.
And we just show up and we'd be like,
that is so cool though too. I mean, I'm a big music person. I love music. What kind of song, like genres do you typically lean towards? Oh no.
Death metal.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm like big, like Knock Loose, Kubla Khan, like all that. But then I'm also like big variety. Like I like
totally.
Yeah. I like everything. Like me and my dad drove around earlier this week, and I had a KDHX on with some nice jazz music. I'm like, yeah.
See, like I'm a huge Grateful Dead fan, like through and through. Love all of their albums. Their music is top tier. Tells a story.
Yes.
I know that was like a little sidetrack. I mean,
no,
it's
I love it. No,
I know, right? But I just think that is so cool because I think personally I enjoy music a lot. So then when I was looking at your website and I saw these music videos, I was like, wow, that's so interesting. Maybe out of the box, but maybe not because I'm not too familiar in the world that you're in.
No, yeah, that's like definitely my secret world. Like like forefront. I'm like professional, wedding, business, like businesswoman. But no, like the Megan that's like not on work, even though I still got a camera in my hand,
right,
is 100% music, concerts. I love that energy there.
Right.
So.
And to somebody that either wants to start a business like yours, or even just has passion for videography, photography, but doesn't really know where to start, what kind of advice would you have for somebody that's interested in this world but doesn't know where to start?
Do not spend any money right off the bat. You do not have to do that. You can have a cell phone. Literally,
and I feel
start
like
there.
The number one thing, it seems that it's like, oh, if they want to get into this world, first thing, we got to go get a really nice camera.
Yeah, I mean, that's nice if you have that kind of funds. Go for it. Definitely get some advisors to like help you like pick the right things. You're not investing in the wrong thing, but no, start with what you have. I'm all about even quality over quantity.
Right.
I love a good, bad quality video. Like I'll sit and watch any locals video. It doesn't have to be high quality. I'm like, you're out here, you're doing it.
Right.
I love it.
Right. And then just keep doing. And like, would you say that YouTube would be a great resource to use when it comes to, learning about shots, angles,
yes. So
that stuff.
One of the big things that Michael taught me is like, if you like something, try and emulate it, even though it's like copying, whatever. it'll help you practice
Mhm.
doing what you like, and then do that with like a bunch of different styles and everything
Right.
like that. Yeah, and then like the big thing, just in general, back on like if that's what you want to
Mhm.
do it. Just don't make a bunch of steps out of it. Just
Okay.
literally make time and just do it
Mhm.
immediately, and then eventually it'll come. It'll
Mhm.
come more and more. The easier it is.
Right. And what does it feel like to be a young female business owner? I mean,
Oh,
like, what does that feel
amazing.
like?
Amazing. Oh,
Mhm.
I
I mean,
love it.
I can see the stress, I can see all that, and I hear that.
Yeah.
But how does it feel? Like you have a whole team, an
Yeah.
awesome team that loves what they're doing. You guys
Mhm.
all collaborate so well together. I mean,
Yes.
you have to just feel extremely proud of
Oh,
where you're at.
yes. I'm super happy. Back on like that kind of female energy too.
Yes.
There's some men that just find that so like competing, I
Mhm.
guess, a little bit,
Sure.
and they'll treat me weird. I'll just kill them with kindness. I'm
Heck
like,
yeah.
I
That's
ain't
all
gonna
you
be
can
the
do.
demographic.
To literally any person, like, go to just kill them with kindness, because what are
Yes.
they gonna do about
No,
that?
I'm not gonna let you think what you think. You know.
Totally. But yeah, I did want to touch on that because females, that's sick.
Mhm.
Female owner, business owner,
Yeah.
even cooler and
Yes.
very inspiring to anybody else out there, female or male or whatever.
Mhm.
Like, that's super super sick.
Yes.
Where do you see Megyme Productions going in the next couple of years? We already
Ooh.
talked about really your main goal for the year, which you will definitely hit.
Yes. Yes. By
Megyme
June
will definitely
1st.
hit.
Yes.
Yes, yes. But really, what is your vision for the future?
So I would really like to keep on focusing on automations and like
Mm.
making things easier.
Mhm.
Definitely on the admin side, and then I don't know. We'll see. More freedom for me. I want to make
Okay.
sure that my team is like at the level of weddings that they want to make and making the
Sure.
money that they want to make.
Mhm.
And then I'll be a little bit more hands off
Right.
because I always think I'm like I'm gonna get old one day. I don't
Oh
want to
my
be
gosh.
filming weddings while I'm in a walker. So yeah, hopefully eventually, 5 years I have like a good solid team still, and then
Mhm.
they're busy, they're happy, they're
Right.
making money, and then I got
Absolutely.
my nice farm, and I'm living
There
my
you
life.
go.
Yeah,
There you go. You're set.
yeah.
You are so set. What was I just gonna ask you? Don't you love when a question you have it, you're listening, actively listening, and then oh, there it goes. Oh,
Yeah.
I got it. If Megyme Productions was not existent,
Mhm.
what would you be doing?
Ooh,
What do you
God.
think you would be doing? Would you still be in that creative world, or would you do more
Ooh,
the
yes.
traditional route?
Yes, this was a thought during the 2020 pandemic whenever
Right.
everything was up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if I wasn't in the position that I am, I think I would still be very much people oriented.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of being like a part of the community and helping connect different parts of the community that
Totally.
wouldn't organically,
Okay.
come into each other's
Huh.
worlds. Because I feel like there's a lot, again, community over competition.
Right.
There's a lot of things that they'll do better if these different business owners were working together and
Hmm.
had different resources.
Right.
So I feel like
Definitely.
something to do with that. I don't know if
Okay.
that job exists, but
It probably does.
yeah.
It definitely
Yeah.
does. Totally does. Maybe like community outreach
Yeah.
esque.
Meg for mayor. No, joking.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine that? Meg for
Just
mayor.
dropping my campaign right now. No,
I'll join. I'll join
Yeah,
the
there you
team.
go, there
I'll
you go.
help with the marketing
There
stuff.
we go,
Don't you
yes.
worry about it. Okay, so if those listening and tuning in, if they want to support you or check you
Yes.
out, the website and everything, where can we all find you?
So meganfairless.com
Mhm.
or Megyme Films on Instagram,
Mhm.
Megyme Productions on Facebook, or Meg Fairless, whatever. You just type my name in.
Yeah,
There's
and
probably a big
something
list.
pops up.
Yes.
I know. I bet they can even go into literally Google or Safari, just type it up and it all comes up.
Yeah. No.
It's so easy today.
Yes, I work hard on my SEO. No.
Oh, that's so good. Do you have any other final advice to anybody out there listening that's like,
Yes.
man, I like this. I think I want to do it. Or
Do
to a business owner.
Yes.
What's
Do it.
Mhm.
Business owners, I want to see you filming your own content more. Stop making
Yes.
excuses. I know business is hard. There's a lot of like time spent. but
Right.
allocate some time. Do it. I love watching locals
And
do
I'm
stuff.
so happy that you brought that up because quickly before we wrap up, I want to touch on that because as somebody, either whether you're online, a customer, consumer of media, it always is so interesting seeing a front facing business owner because
Yes.
you like the business, you like the products or the services that they offer, but who is the person behind it all
Yes.
is probably one of the more interesting routes to take. So, right, if you are somebody that even wants to start working more on an online presence, a social presence, just sit down, record yourself at your desk for a minute
Yeah.
and see what happens and see what kind of things you talk about
Yeah.
because either A, it's going to resonate with someone, B, it's going to inspire someone, or C, it's going to make someone even appreciate and love your brand, your company, your business even more because they know the person behind it all.
Yes, and then any of those other bad thoughts, if they come to fruition, just call me and I'll find whoever left that comment. No, I'm joking. No.
Well, Megan, thanks so much for coming in the studio.
Yes.
Again, if you guys want to check Megan and Megyme Productions out, all of that will be listed in the down below somewhere down there. And yeah, thanks again so much for your time. This was awesome.
Yes, I enjoyed myself. This was a lot of fun.
Great.
I suggest everyone, sign up, get an interview.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you all for tuning in to this episode of Business Over Brew, and we will see you next time. Thank you.